What's going on, everyone? Daniel Rodriguez here. It's time to review Gotham Season 2, Episode 13, titled A Dead Man Feels No Cold. This is a spoiler review. Make sure you have seen the episode, man. It should take me less than 2 minutes to recap the episode, give you the pros, cons, and final score. Thanks so much for joining me, man. Week 2 of Gotham's been back, man. We've been introduced to Hugo Strange, Victor Freeze, or Fries, however you want to pronounce it, man. But Mr. Freeze, man. A lot more people coming, man. A lot more people coming for the second half of the season. Gotham's been fantastic lately, man. It's been a very, very different from Season 1. Very more serious, very more gritty, very more realistic tone. I love it, man. Definitely. Only a few little hits every now and then, you know, with Bruce Wayne sort of thing. I like Bruce Wayne, but then again, it feels like he's just growing up so fast where it's almost like, wait, hold on. You're still a kid, bro. Like, you know, doing all this thing, and, you know, so it's kind of still... It's, you know, little things like that a little bit, but either way, it's a little nitpicking. But anyway, here we go, Gotham, man. B.D. Wong as Hugo Strange, ladies and gentlemen. B.D. Wong as Hugo Strange. Fantastic. Love it. Alright, let's get right to it, man. First off, man, Jim and Harvey are at Ace Chemicals, man. We're looking for Victor Freeze, and of course, there are a bunch of frozen cops, man. Of course, Victor Freeze froze them all to death, and then basically there's this thing written on ice: free my wife. He wants, you know, Nora. You know, I love the way he said Nora that last time. I was like, Nora. Almost like, again, like I said, Batman Arkham City, when Mr. Freeze is like, Batman, help me with Nora. You know, I love that voice, that like robotic Mr. Freeze voice. Where are you, Batman? That boss battle was easy. I didn't die. Anyway, free my wife. So they're going to go get, they're going to put Nora to Arkham, and of course he hears about it. It's a trap. Obviously, it's a trap, man. So anyway, he throws this ice grenade in the water to test it out. So apparently, just like in Arkham City, I don't know whether it was in the comics, but where he had like that ice, Batman threw it in the water, and it kind of created like this thing where you could like sell on and everything. Or like, it's like a little mini boat, it's ice basically. That's cool, you know, little nods there. Hugo has plans for Nora. He hears about it, and he's like, that's how I get the formula. How romantic. I don't know how BD, well, he freaks me out, man. Literally, his glasses, and then he's just like, how romantic is that? And the way he talks and just how he looks at, what's her name? Peabody. Miss Peabody. Will you go fetch that for me? This guy is sick in the head, man. Either way, Penguin is being tortured, man, very badly, man, very, you know, mentally, and now he's playing Duck Duck Goose, and he's just like, I'm a penguin, and then the goose, and like, they're really showing Arkham Asylum heavily this season, man, and it's literally freaking me out, just creepy little things like that, see no evil, do no evil sort of shit, man, so it's crazy. Nora is next to Barbara, of course, out of all the people, Barbara Gordon, and she, you know, I love how, Lee, she just goes and she's like, bitch. And I was like, ooh, like, I can't wait for Barbara to wake up, dude, and then just be totally annoyed by her. Can't wait for that. So Jim, you know, ends up talking to Penguin, but he ends up ignoring him. He's like, Hugo, he's bad, and he's like, you're being treated, remember? You're insane. And, you know, Penguin's like, no, remember, I lied for you. You did it. You know, you remember, you killed Caliban, all that sort of stuff. And Hugo hears it, and he's like, yes. All that sort of stuff, so a little creepy of them. So anyway, Alfred and Bruce vow to find the killer. The killer's name is Patrick Malone, who killed his parents, and basically, you know, Bruce is like, I'm gonna kill him, and Alfred basically is like, well, no you don't, Mr. Wayne. I'm gonna end up killing him. Are we clear on that, Master Wayne? Master Bruce, however you say it. They're basically gonna do that. So Freeze attacks Arkham Asylum, man. He ends up, Hugo makes an exchange like, well, if you pick up those keys there, you get to go scot-free with your wife, Nora, and you give me your formula. Sort of sense like that. So he makes the exchange. Freeze encounters Jim and Lee. Lee goes with him basically to wheelchair Nora and everything, and he's like, you, get in the closet. He freezes the closet open. Jim is stuck inside, man. So Freeze, basically, you know, long story short, he's back at his apartment or back at his home, and he ends up freezing Nora. But she ended up putting A13. A16 is the right formula where you freeze and you will come back, but A13 is one of those like mistake formulas that was kind of an experiment. So she's not going to come back to life. She will melt, or she will break, or she will crack. She's not going to be reanimated again, basically. And she does that. Not even Lee knew. She went to go get water and everything, which apparently she knows the apartment or house already. Just go get water. I guess water's over there, you know, whatever. Step off camera. All that. So that happens, man. And, well, you know, she says her goodbyes and everything to Lee. And God bless you and your child. That was very nice of her. Anyway, Nora ends up breaking. He freezes her all very sadly, man. I was dropping tears. Like, it took me a while to get into the episode. It took me a good 25 minutes to really dig into the episode. And I was crying for Nora, dude. Like, the goodbyes and everything. I'm like, dude, you're not... No, she ain't gonna come back, dude. No. Like, yeah, I was sad because, you know, like, no, dude, like... It's hard to explain. She's not coming back. I mean, where you're going, I don't think you're going to end up going up, man. You're going down for what you're doing. But, you know, he's insane. He's insane. So, Nora ends up breaking. Bruce wants a gun, so he ends up telling Catwoman, not yet, but Catgirl, Selena Kyle. He's like, I want a gun. You don't even know how to use a gun. I'm Batman. I wanted him to say that, like, I'm Batman. You know, how hard is it to use a gun? Just, and then crack the head open. You know, you gotta be careful with the recoil. Anyway, he uses a Desert Eagle as first gun. He knows nothing about it. That's the end of Bruce Wayne, ladies and gentlemen. Victor freezes himself, you know, before the cops come. He's like, shh, and he freezes himself, all that sort of thing. He is actually alive and in the hands of Hugo Strange. Everyone thinks Victor Freeze is dead, but he is not. He has white hair and everything. He has this Arnold Schwarzenegger voice, you know, like, I'll be back, you know, all that sort of stuff. Get to the job, all that sort of stuff. He has the voice and everything, man. And basically, he's like, we made a few modifications to your suit. I'm just like, perfect. More and more Mr. Freeze, man. Perfect. And then next week is totally not on Mr. Freeze. I'm like, continue the Mr. Freeze story, the trilogy. Fix it. Anyway, we have work to do. Bitch, I just woke up. You want me to go do things for you? I just woke up. God, man. Hugo's so demanding. It's like, oh, I don't want to work for you. I lost my wife right now. Can I at least go to the funeral? Oh, there's no funeral because she's a freaking puddle of dust. All we are is dust in the wind. So, that's my little rant there. Either way, what did I think about the episode of Gotham overall, man? First off, and it's raining, by the way. I don't know if you could tell. Sorry, I'm a little bit out of it, man. It is raining. It's a depressing day. It's very depressing in South Texas right now. Wink to, shout out to anyone in South Texas. I love the ending of the episode, man, for sure. Because once I saw, you know, I knew his white hair was coming. I saw, like, leaked set photos and everything of another episode where he'll be, you know, he has a new suit and everything. But I love the ending because I just love the way that now Victor, you know, it's happening. Mr. Freeze is becoming the real Mr. Freeze, man. This is it. And I love Hugo, the way he's just like, it's finally good to meet you face to face, Victor. And just like all that sort of tension, it's like Hugo Strange, Victor Freeze, right there and then, man. The ending was perfect, man. I love it so much. You have work to do. Hell yeah, he does. As well, Hugo Strange himself, B.D. Wong, man, fantastic. I love him. He's a very creepy character, very odd character, very interesting character as well. Mr. Freeze himself, like I'm saying, this is like one of the last people I'm talking about, characters-wise. But Mr. Freeze, man, definitely. I loved his portrayal. It was kind of like the first 25 minutes, also hard to get into the episode, but hard to get into Freeze. I was like, okay, last week I liked him in there. Now I'm kind of about him, but after a while, like, after seeing, I don't like the suit he was wearing. Because it looks like it's basically like football, like jock football gear and everything. And I'm kind of like, did he just paint it white or something? I mean, where did he get this suit? Did he make, like, the suit was kind of I love the suits that they're doing for all the villains this season, but that one suit was kind of like, I know he's gonna get a better one. It was emotional. I cried during the last, like I told you during the part, I cried, man. And I'm not afraid to say it. I cried. I was dropping literal tears, man, and that's where it got me. I was like, oh my god, this is a really good episode. This got me down, man. I like that. Penguin, dude, holy crap. I mean, Robin Lord Taylor, fantastic. We're seeing the breakdown of Penguin, man. I don't even know in the comics. Did he go to Arkham Asylum and become more insane or something? It was insane as it was, but he's like, oh, it's all a dream. And then like, nope, bro, it's not a dream. You're just being mentally tortured and everything. And Miss Peabody is, well, Miss Peabody, I hope she, brutal death at the end. I hope she ends up dying or something. But still, Penguin's going crazy. I love that, man. I love that arc. I want to see more of it, man. I may get to meet Robin Lord Taylor because he's coming to the San Antonio Comic-Con. I may get to take a photo with him. Maybe he'll be in my intro one day, man. Maybe, you know, the intro, Stanley and everything. Maybe I'll have Mr. Penguin with me on the thing. I don't know. Maybe. I hope he doesn't back out, man. Hopefully we get more Gotham stars, too. Really would love that. It's creepy vibe. I love the opening as well with them going to Ace Chemicals, the way the camera worked, following them and everything. I really like that certain style. Bruce as well, man. I'm kind of iffy on Bruce right now, but I love how, even though I kind of want him to, like, calm down. You're like 14 years old, dude. As the character, you're like 14 years old. Calm your tits, bro. But, you know, I still like the way where he's dedicated. He's like, no, like he tells Selena, I'm going to kill him. You know, he's taking things into his own hand, even though that's not really the Batman way. You're like, Batman, even if he was like 25-year-old Batman, 30-year-old Batman, give me the gun, I'm going to pop this guy, you know. Like, that's not Batman's way. Sure, he'll break your neck, but he won't shoot you with a gun, headshot or some shit like that. So, you know, sort of stuff like that, stuff going on. And also, Nora dying was a very big emotional scene there, and a big, very breaking point for Victor as well. Very sad scene. So anyway, my only cons about the episode, man, they don't go back to Penguin, sort of like, what was Penguin doing when Victor was at the asylum? Where did he go? Where did they take him? What about Penguin, man? They never went back to Penguin after that whole thing talking with Jim Gordon. I wanted to see a little bit more of Penguin, but that was, I guess, the only little bit of the dose we got of him. As well, the balance of Bruce, he feels all grown up, like I've been telling you. He feels a little grown up. It feels like, because once you're on a break for 2 months, man, once you're like literally on a break, and you come back, you're like, oh yeah, that's where the character was last time, or this is what happened, you know. Remember when the guy from Sons of Anarchy, Tommy Flanagan, was on there, and he was like, are we good? You know, as Knife and everything, and then what happened to Gallivan's granddaughter, whatever her name was, Silver Lock, I don't give a shit, whatever her name was. What happened to her, man? Like, whatever happened to her? Where is she? Is she coming back? I mean, is she just gone? I mean, so what happens now is basically the point. So overall, I'm going to end up giving this episode of Gotham, man, a B+, secondarily a B, man. I thought it was a really good episode, man. So really good. B+, man. Mark her down. B+. A really good episode. It wasn't a great episode. I definitely liked last week's episode just a teeny bit more. I think I gave it like A-. But for sure, this episode, man, it kicked ass at times. There just balances off weird because it shows Jim and then it doesn't show Jim for a while and then it shows another character. But remember, Jim Gordon used to be the center of this show, and now you got a lot of people and they kind of just go back and forth, which I'm okay. I like to see Penguin. I like to see Hugo Strange. I like to see Freeze. But what about Jim, man? And then you see Lee, like, you know, like, do not even tell me about this baby. And it's kind of like, because in real life she's having a baby and everything. That's kind of cool. But comment down below. Tell me your thoughts about Gotham, guys. I'll be seeing you next week. Have a great week. Have an awesome spring break. I don't know when your spring break is or if it passed or if it's coming. Enjoy yourself, guys. Daredevil next week, man. Batman v Superman in like 18 days, something like that. Prepare your bodies. Bye-bye.